Hey, if you haven't already, it's always a good time to like, subscribe, or share to One Life. Never miss a visit with Dr. Trey Ahia.
Welcome to One Life with me, your host, Dr. Trey Ahia.
In our exploration of the importance of parenting and the parenting styles that individuals use to help young people to grow into strong, productive young adults has been a great task. So, when the individual becomes 18, they are seen as a young adult in society. What are they facing? Well, certainly there are common developmental crises that young adults experience with regard to achieving self responsibility and individualization. As we look at some of the material as brought out in the Psychoanalytic Psychology journal, we find that reality hits the young person without having the support of the adult or without having those tools in place. The young one certainly can struggle. How challenging is it for young people today to find their path, to make their way through life? Even some of those young ones that have had a challenging upbringing, or their parents may not have been the best or utilized the best parenting style. How challenging is it for them? This visit, we will have a young man, 18, 19 year older, Christian Wheelock with us that will go into a little detail and describe his experiences growing up.
Welcome, Kristen.
Hi everyone.
How are you?
I'm still doing good.
Oh, that's a good answer. Good to see you. Wow. Remember the last time we visited with one another, we were talking about parenting and the impact parenting has, especially if the parents haven't been the best, quote unquote, parents that one could think about. And you talked about some of the trauma that you experienced. Can you share a little bit more about that trauma and how it affects you now as a young teenager?
Yeah, I could definitely. So there's 4 different types of abuse.
Okay.
So one of them being physical, one of them being verbal, one of them being sexual, and one of them being monetary. So growing up, like I touched on the last part about loyalty, I've had family members steal from me. I've had anything you can really think of. Physical abuse, verbal abuse, and sexual assault.
Yeah.
And all these things really affect you and the way you see things.
Okay.
I remember seeing everybody as a threat, getting into fights all the time, doing illegal activities and stuff like that.
Yes.
But I won't tell on myself though. But that with no real father figure, you get into things that you shouldn't really get into at all.
Yeah.
And even with a mother that was not present, not there for you emotionally and not there to give you the love that a mother's really supposed to give you. And to touch back on the loyalty, when you have someone who promises you that they wouldn't get back with a certain partner that has abused you for years and years, and then they turn their back on you and get right back with that person, and you start experiencing the same things, being in that emotional state of knowing that you have no control over what these people do and how it affects your life, you feel helpless. You feel like you can't have your own direction in life. and you feel you have more of an external perspective on things and how everything that's happening outside of you is affecting you and there's nothing you can do about it.
So, Christopher, a Christian, let me ask you this. So, you're suggesting that in your experience, the parent knew that this person, the adult male, was abusing you. They abused mom. Mom, please don't get back with him. Okay, son. And then they get back with him, the abuser. That's what you're saying.
That's exactly what I'm saying. And
Wow. Awful. Oh,
right, and it hurts when people break their promises, and you want to still have faith in humanity. You want to still have trust in people, because at the end of the day, you do need people. Regardless if you want to climb the ranks and whatever you do, you're gonna need to know people. You're gonna need to be social and learn how to be yourself, but at the same time, there's certain things that people won't teach you if you don't have the parental advice
okay.
that normal people will have, or
Yeah.
the parental support, and you just have to learn how to do it on your own. I mean,
So,
you have
so how is, yes. So you talked, I remember the last time we visited with one another, you talked about, you have to learn how to find your way, get credit, and go about your life. And so, how are you doing that?
a lot of things you learn on the internet. If you don't have anyone to really teach you things, I learned guitar on the internet, and that was the way I could cope with my emotions. I learned piano. I did take a class for that, but a lot of things you can learn online.
Oh, that's wonderful. Very good. So, online was supportive to your endeavors. Excellent. And what else? How are you dealing with things emotionally, though, Christian? How would you help young people be mindful of the emotional piece?
To be honest, I'm working on it. I'm not explosive, and I don't take my anger out on anybody, ever. I'm a very relaxed person. If somebody were to look at me from their perspective, they would usually tell you I'm a calm person. But inside, certain things change from my upbringing. For instance, like adrenaline just kicks in for no reason. And all these other chemicals, like if you could touch on epinephrine and all these other chemicals like dopamine and serotonin.
Yeah.
And
So you feel a flood. You feel a flood of those, given the situation that you're in. You feel a flood of those types of hormones and other chemicals in your body.
right, and breathing definitely helps, but only to a certain extent. I'm not on any medication. I have tried medication in the past, but I still get the feeling that if I take medication that something's artificial. And I know that medication definitely works for most people.
Yes.
So there's no shame in that at all. Whatever helps you, helps you.
Right. Good.
So
Wow. That's interesting information.
I hope it's not permanent. I hope
Yes.
it's not.
No. Things will change for you.
Like the body temperature goes up.
Yeah. Yes. So the next time I want to have you back again, because I've gotten so many calls about you and emails. Chris, they want to know more about you. So I want to have you on maybe one more time, and I want to talk about like the present, like really get into the present and how you are faring as a young adult. So thank you again for spending time with One Life. And we'll see you the next visit, okay?
All right.
Thank
Thank
you.
Another wonderful visit here at One Life has come to an end. I want to thank our co-host, Christian Willock. And I also want you guys to remember that parenting is important. Those Techniques and strategies and styles that we use certainly can determine the choices our children will make as they grow into adults. Life is like a camera. Just focus on the important things. Develop yourselves from the negative things. And if it doesn't work out, just take another shot. You only get one life. Make the best of it. Have you subscribed, liked, or shared this channel with anyone yet? What? What are you waiting for? Hey, I look forward to visiting with you next week. Remember, subscribe to this channel. Peace. Today's episode of One Life is sponsored by Soon Photography, the media that gets you noticed.